Hello, this is Dale Matthews. It's Friday night, so I'm joined by Bill Hunker and for tonight only, Mike Jones. Hello, Mike.
Yes, I'm. I was so happy to get this one-time guest appearance on your highly rated show. Thank you very much for having me.
And Bill, it's nice to
And
see
I
you once again.
and I appreciate that too.
Okay.
Yes.
So we
So
are investigative journalists. We are members of the investigative journalist group, and we're also a Society of Professional Journalists. So we're going to start off the show with a bit of investigation that Mike Jones has been doing, but I'm going to do a little lead into it. So several months ago, I'm at an SOS meeting before they got so sensitive that they wouldn't allow someone that has another point of view in their meetings. That's me. And they were talking about their new website, SOS, new website. And one of the things that was contributed by Mark Gatlin, who ran for commissioner and is still a city councilor, is he said, well, you know what we could do is we could all get together and each of us could write in, it could be anonymous. We could write in a real nice letter, message about how great the website is. And there were people who were, well, yeah. Oh. And I said, yes, Dale. And I said, well, I work on a rather successful little website, and we'd never do such a thing. Now, let me say that last part again. He said that we could send in fake messages saying how wonderful we are, how wonderful the site is, without necessarily putting our name on them. And I said, we would never do such a thing. His immediate response was, I didn't say that. Now, wait a minute. I didn't say anything.
Yes.
He didn't say what?
Yes.
I just said we would never do that. I didn't say that. And then throughout the rest of the meeting, he kept turning around. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And I said, didn't say what, Mark? So keeping in mind that, okay, now that's not illegal. It's immoral. But I mean,
yeah.
sometimes we think of government as doing things that are somewhat immoral about, investigating the citizens and saying that they're not. And that is illegal unless you're the president and you say, oh, no, it's not. But I'm not happy with the guy for that. But it's not illegal to do that. However, it is really repugnant, I think, to most Americans that somebody would do something sneaky like that. Now, you never have proof of most of this stuff, and we're not going to get any proof. Just tell you that now. There's never going to be any proof. But our investigative journalist, Mike Jones, who's been looking into social media and probably knows more about social media than we'll ever know, he uncovered something recently that looks like it stinks to high heaven. Mike, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, the appearance of impropriety is here, and that's what we're looking into. So this morning, I'm cruising around social media as I do. Many of us all have Facebook addictions, and luckily, I get to use it for something constructive, depending on who you talk to. And so this morning, I discovered one of the Facebook videos for cuffs. Coming through my news feed, and it was the Mark Goins with the stained glass behind him, and it had this morning at 8:30, it had 8,361 views. I went, wow, that seems kind of high, because I saw when Cuffs put out their they put out their website, which you're seeing right here, right now. This is the video page of Cuff's website.
Okay, so on the left we see the sheriff, and on the right we see Scott Draper. Do I have that right? And
yes.
then and here's Julie Thomas in the lower right, and variety of, and is that the stained glass in the middle with Mark Goins? Yeah, that's Mark Goins with the stained glass. Yes. So it's the church influence there in the middle. And so all right, and so we do know something about lots of views, because we've been getting lots and lots of views from all this stuff having to do with the miners. Now, miners all over the country are looking at these videos, but in this case, this is an election in a little county in Southern Oregon, and it's not necessarily going to be followed with avid interest by people in New Jersey.
Yes, it's basically a local interest story. So anyway, so I'm looking through that, and I remembered when they put these videos up. It was a few weeks ago. And so if you come to their website, you'll see that these are all YouTube videos. In other words, when you click on these, they bring up a YouTube link. And just for the heck of it here, I'll show you right here in the lower corner. That is a YouTube video, and then I'll just refresh that page because I don't want that video to load. But so what you do,
we put up YouTube videos. That's what we do. 1,000 videos, more than 1,000 videos now in 2 years on YouTube. We know something about this process, and we're very careful in keeping track of how many. And I get kidded a little bit by Mike. I don't even like going back a month and looking at an old video one time. And maybe I'm a fanatic about this, but I don't want to accidentally increment the number of views, not even by one, if I can avoid doing so. If there's another way I can look at it, because I don't want anything to be even. I don't want to feel like I'm faking anything at all.
Right.
Okay?
Yes. So if you look at these are YouTube videos, and these are the YouTube videos that are featured on Cuff's website. So anytime that you have gone to Cuffs since they put these up, these are the videos that you see. Now let's go to the page where these videos are on YouTube.
Now so stick with this. There's a point.
Hang on, Dale. Let me tell the story. Just let me tell you. Okay. So here's the YouTube page where those links lead. If you go to the Cuffs page, those YouTube videos, they link to this site that I'm showing you right now. It's YouTube, and this is where they are being hosted. So if you look here, you have Dennis Hoke, 54 views. That was put up a month ago. 54 views. Well, if you look at Cuffs, this is their Facebook video views of that was only posted on the 1st of May, and it has 14,731 views.
What?
On Facebook. Okay, so, but I checked that this morning. Okay, so that's, so what are we talking about there? That's 7 days. 1 week, 14,731 views. Now, if you go to this morning, I looked at that this morning, the Chief Hoke, 14,723. Now, I will tell you that probably 5 of those incremented views on the 14,731 are me, in just following the link on that video and then seeing, when it was posted, how many people shared it. I'm collecting the information on that. So that's, so that essentially, although it has put almost 15,000 views in the last 7 days, it hasn't incremented at all since this morning. Okay? Except maybe five views or something. So here's the bottom line. And we're not, we can't say this definitively, but these are fake. They're paying for clicks. They're paying for views on these Facebook videos. So
how Mike, how does that work? How do they do that? What's the deal there?
Oh, listen, all you got to do is start searching around. I didn't know about this morning either, but I started looking around, and you can buy clicks cheap. You can buy YouTube. You can buy in like a day or 2 days, you can buy, 20,000 Facebook video views for a couple $100, and you can get for $20, you can get a couple thousand. Someone will come in and just, I don't know how they do it, but they're for sale all over the internet. I started looking at it, and it's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I have not heard of that.
So they're clearly doing that. Now, just since this morning, this Mark Goins video, which if we go back to the YouTube page, this is the YouTube page where they originally posted this 4 weeks ago. And they did there were people sharing this original video on Facebook, and it has 153 views total.
Okay.
Okay, but the one on Facebook is still in the midst of an ad buy. I believe that they have they're buying some views on this thing, and they haven't done. And they put them in over a 12-hour period or a 48-hour period or whatever. And this morning it had 8,361, and right now it has 9,509.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and there is no way, I'm sorry, no way that's happening in this, because as Dale said, you don't get that kind of thing happening, especially since they already posted these earlier and they don't have those kind of views on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually your explosion's right in the beginning if it's going to be.
Right.
So now
Yes,
we're gonna have Mike repeat these numbers again, because that went by pretty quickly, but you can see the clear implication. Here's the thing.
Yes.
On the internet, the lowest ratings of everything are local politics. That's what we do. We're the local political guys. We do know something about people looking at videos. And so when we posted the excerpts from the sermon that they did over at River Valley, certainly there were some people that looked at this from across the country, because they said, oh, what, some pastor in some place I've never heard of is doing X. Okay. And so they're going to look at it. On the other hand, now, just a little bit of exaggeration, nobody knows who Chief Hoke is. You may not know who Chief Hoke is, right? And so somebody and all over the world is, oh, Chief Hoke, I got to see that. Chief Hoke, is that some guy with the Native American tribe? They don't know, right? Yes. And so when you compare it with and here's the other thing that's pretty interesting, and I think I've got this right. Mike will set me straight, and he'll repeat some of these numbers so that you understand what it is that's happening. Okay, again, it's not illegal. It's just really okay. So when you post it up on YouTube, YouTube keeps track of what you do. I'm so careful. And sometimes they get a little nutso and say, I don't think that you got 200 views. I think you got 100. And they reset it to 100. Hey, I watched this so carefully. I'm not over there clicking. I can't. And if you get too many clicks, views from a place, they'll say, you're trying to cheat. And I don't know why they care, but they do. And then they're really careful about that. So what happened with these videos? They were listed as YouTube videos. So, and they got something like 54 views. The numbers are approximate. Then when they post them on Facebook, they don't post them as YouTube videos. No, wait a minute. It takes a lot of effort. I got that right, Mike?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of. Go ahead.
You got to upload the same video again to a different place.
Now, why would you do that? Right? Okay. Why would you? Because it takes a while to upload these things, and when we do it in high definition, brother, it takes a while. And after you've finished with it, then it could take like an hour just to upload some of these things. Because some of them are long videos, so they re-uploaded them using an entirely different method. And what's the potential reason? Now, it's only a guess, because they're not going to confess this, just like they're not going to confess that the dark numbers are ridiculous.
Well, I think what they want to do is track what views of this they're getting from Facebook and what views they're getting from YouTube.
I was going to lead to a slightly different conclusion, but yes.
Okay.
The other thing is YouTube's not watching them to see if it's fake, because YouTube is death on buying clicks. Now, if you don't want YouTube watching over your shoulder or anybody else, then you'll upload it using a different method.
Okay. Hey, here's another interesting thing, and this just really is, this kind of kills it dead. To me, you know what? I've done enough on this. I pretty well know this stuff is fake. These numbers are totally and completely fake. And here's the one that does it for me. The sheriff this morning at about 10 o'clock was 18,000. Well, here, let me go back to that video.
Would that be 18,000 in a week?
Yes. Well, actually, it's it's about 10 days. So it's 396 likes, 18,409 views. Okay. That happened in 10 days. So you're getting over 1,000 a day for that. So it was at 18,408 at 10 o'clock this morning. You know what it is right now?
No.
18,409.
Oh.
One view. Hello, fake.
Well, everybody wanted to stop, didn't they?
Yes.
And also, Bill, how many people voted? Total people voted in the last election in Josephine County?
About 26 or 27,000. Oh, the last election, I don't know. Last levy. The last levy, I think it's 27,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so
over half of them have
more than half of the voters are and keep in mind that in order to be able to do this legitimately, you can only click once, because that if it's a unique view, you cannot on a YouTube video go click all day long, because it's only going to register once. But if you upload it as a different kind of video, you can buy clicks. You can click yourself. Are they going to stop at 100,000 views? Well, no, because they've already got they chose as their maximum 18,000. Is that credible?
Well, you know what? I think that they're trying to buy some credibility here. Now, if you look at this page, this
the only
is
way
back
they're
to
going to get any, Mike. That's the only way they're going to get credibility, is to buy it.
Right. So if you go back to this,
Mike, though, this might be catching on in Jackson County, and you never know. My goodness, they've got 200,000 people down there.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm sure they all care.
Yes, they do. Well, okay. So right now we're back to the YouTube page that I told. This is the page that is hosting the videos that are on the Cuffs website. So now, if you go down here and you look at the exact same video of Sheriff Dave Daniel, now I remember people were posting this YouTube video because Cuffs put it on their Facebook page originally. They put a YouTube link in there, so it was counting on this, and it has 606 views in 1 month. Okay,
right,
so. Considerably lesser number, but it's an entire month, and this is off of their Facebook page, off of their web page, and yet the view on their Facebook is 18,409 views, which is,
and it only incremented once in an entire day, when before it was incrementing by about 2,000 a day.
Right. Now there's another video of Scott Draper reading the exact same script that he put into the voters pamphlet. Okay, and
remember that? Yeah,
and
I saw that one.
That's the one right here. It says "watched" on it because I clicked on that, and as you'll see, this is how many people viewed it off of that link on the Cuffs website. 63 views. That's all they got. Now let's go to the Community United Safety Facebook page and see the Facebook video. It has 187 likes and 10,525 views.
Now,
10,000.
now, here's a question for everybody. Can you imagine that the supporters of the levy already have read the voters' pamphlet statement? I would think so. Do you think that they know the stuff that Scott Draper is saying? Yeah. Do you think that they reviewed this thing at a Cuffs meeting? Probably. Do you think that they would maybe look at this on the Cuffs website? Well, apparently not all of them, or maybe it is all of them, but yes. Now compare that with, these are supposedly brand new people who are looking at this, just one time, and there's like 10,000 of them. How many people are in cuffs?
Yes.
Goodness.
Well, not only that, all of the people in cuffs who wanted to see this before have already seen it before this Facebook video even got posted, because this thing's only been up for like, I want to say since like the 2nd or something like that. It's not, yeah, I mean, it's, so
well, that is amazing that
yes.
that this just started like you say, a week to 10 days ago, max. And now, is there any way that that the cuffs, all of the videos on the cuffs, are they all being transferred over to Facebook?
Well, no, they have them in both places. They have Facebook videos, and then they also have YouTube videos on YouTube. And and before they started putting them on uploading them to Facebook, they were just putting YouTube links in there. And
right, I remember that.
Right, and so, and then also on the bottom of this page here, you'll notice that, look, there's 2 Chief Hoax. There's one here and there's one here. Okay, and the Mark Goins video is here. And it's here. They uploaded 2 iterances of this. One down here on the bottom has 1,771 views. Okay. But the one up there on top has 296 likes and 9,509 views. And it also has 99 shares. And I started looking into the people who were sharing it. Now, there was a fair number of local people, but there was also people from outside this area and on Facebook pages that looked like they could be fake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So subterfuge. This is how they're doing it, subterfuge. And then, okay, of course, if you don't vote for the levy, you're a follower of Satan.
Yeah. That seals the deal.
Yes. Now, most of these people are what could be considered to be authorities, because most of the leaders of the citizen-driven initiative are government people. Mm-hmm. There's Connie Roach. She's the county assessor. She's the one that assesses your property and collects the taxes. Woohoo! Okay. And then there's the finance director. Isn't he the finance director for the city? Okay. And so, and you've got the 3 county commissioners. Keep in mind, right from the get-go, right at the very beginning, when they were first deciding to do all this, and Mark Gatlin, suggested that maybe they could do some fake thing with their website. I didn't say that. I didn't say that you did, Mark. Now, what are you talking about, bud? Okay, so right from the beginning, this was touted as a citizen-initiated movement. Now, you've seen the video that we've posted. It was not citizen initiated. It was commissioner initiated. And even right up to today, Keith Heck will insist, although we have him on tape. You see, videotape cannot record Keith Heck. It's like a vampire in a mirror. There's no image. So he's insisted that it was citizen initiated. And no, it wasn't. It was commissioner initiated. So right from the beginning, there's been fakery involved. Now, Is it a good idea or a bad idea to vote for this? You already know what our opinion is, but do you support liars and fakers and cheaters? Will they do anything to get this thing to pass.
That's the point here. That's the point. They will do anything.
Yeah.
They will do anything. Now, I watched this all day long, and let me just tell you the progression here. At 8:30 this morning, this is when I originally noticed this, and Dale and I talked on the phone. I thought, well, okay, let's follow this throughout the day and see what it does. 8,361 views. Then at 9:30, this is about an hour later, the Goins video, 8,532. So that's, a couple hundred views in an hour, which both Dale and I would say is kicking. I mean, that is a lot of people. Then at just 10 o'clock and half hour later here, the Goins video, 8,642. 10:30, 8,692. And then at about 1:15, because I have a life sometimes outside of
no, you don't. Stop lying.
8,985 at 1:15.
For an old video. It's an old video.
Yes. And then at 2, 9,086. At 3, 9,164. 4 o'clock, 9,288. 5 o'clock is 9,416, and 6 o'clock, 9,466. All told, over 1,100 views since I was watching it just today. Now that is astronomical for a local video. For a nationwide video, if it's interesting, that you could see it, but it still takes listen, I'm the one who posted the video of Bill O'Reilly talking about this gal on the 911 call, and that got 15,000 views, but it took a long time to do that. It didn't even move this fast,
and this is
this thing is moving faster than that.
This is local politics, and it's not going to be interesting to somebody in South Dakota.
Right. And that Bill O'Reilly one was. People all over the country were following that. So there's two different ball games here. You can't, well, apparently you can. You can manufacture the illusion of, a viral video. Wow.
I would certainly like to hear their explanation other than we're very popular.
Yes. You're not going to get one. But here's the interesting thing. I would bet that they're monitoring this. I don't know what they're going to do or what things that we're going to see watching this over the weekend, but I would imagine it's going to be something or other. But I mean, how do you explain that the video of the sheriff in 10 days goes to 18,408, and then in the course of the same 10 hours that I was watching this other one, it increments by 1.
Oh, that's the killer.
Yeah.
There is no way on this earth that is happening. No way.
Yeah.
The other thing, Bill,
right.
here.
If anybody,
go ahead.
If somebody said that they were very interested in, a friend, neighbor, whatever, told them, they would do the group of videos, 2, 3, 4 videos that kind of covered the area. That's the way you go in. You don't just go to one, right, no matter what. If it's something like this, that's a large base issue. And you're right. They're not paying for the sheriff's videos anymore. He's at 10,000, so they may have said get it to 10,000, and then don't worry about it.
Well, the other thing is that Mike has been following this hour by hour, sometimes half hour by half hour. So it's not like, it built up over a period of time we just didn't notice, because we know when they posted it, okay? Mm-hmm. And so here he's watching it increment, and then suddenly this thing is going like 200 an hour, drops off to nothing. What happened?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that one I don't know about yet. Well, I'm going to keep watching it and see when it does drop off. It's going to drop off because, they only paid for so many clicks is the thing.
That's right.
But I mean, and that was my big point of interest for a while during the day. And then I started looking at these other videos, which aren't incrementing at all, and yet got to 18,400 and something in 10 days. And yet no one is interested in them anymore. That just, I'm sorry, is not happening. And this other Mark Goins video right now, I guess today was its turn. It is moving at a viral, a mega viral pace. If you're talking about this local area, I mean, half of the people in the houses around you are watching this video right now, for crying out loud.
Yes, that's right.
What? No. Why stop when the number gets past the number of people who voted in the last election? Why bother stopping? I mean, just keep going. Make it 60,000, or make it, what we got, 83,000 people. Make it 85,000 have viewed it.
Right. Well, and here's the interesting thing is, as soon as they stop paying for clicks, because now they're up into the range of suspicion, you're going to watch these things at a dead stop unless they pay some poor, guy to sit there and click on it every hour or so, which they probably will do, once they watch this video.
YouTube videos have programs that watch over this, and when they see this kind of activity, they go, "Now, wait a minute, something, this may be robots that are pressing the button, not you know what I mean, software robots that are pressing the button, and so this is suspicious." But these weren't reposted as YouTube videos, were they? There's no accountability. Like we try to get the county commissioners to do. There's no accountability. There's no supervision. There's nobody watching over their shoulder. So the definition of integrity is doing the right thing when no one else is watching. So if you can eliminate the person who might potentially be watching, woohoo, you can just get away with anything. Isn't this who they are?
Well, right. And see, if you look back on this page again, this is their Facebook page in the video section. And if you look at the earlier video of Mark Goins down there on the bottom towards the left, it has 1,771 views, and it obviously was posted earlier. And so why do they have two iterations of this video up and incrementing at different rates and stuff? They're probably trying to track their ad buy here or something. I'm not sure what it is, but they have multiples of some of these videos. And one of the videos of Scott Draper down here on the bottom has 14 likes and 583 views. And the earliest that could have been posted was about a month ago, because that's when these videos came out. And then if you go up to the top, this one up on top has 10,525 views.
In how much time?
In about a week. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just flat out isn't happening.
So now again, the reason that they'd want to do this now, obviously, you have no written proof. Yeah, come on. You're not an idiot. We're sure that you're not an idiot. Okay, even if you are going to vote for this levy. Look, the point is that if they're going, why would they post two of them? Because they want to keep track of how their money is being spent.
Right. Yes. And here's the deal. If we're wrong about this and they're incredibly popular, this is going to be a landslide that's going to take us by surprise like you have never seen.
Exactly.
We're going to wake up the next morning and it'll be, 70% for the levy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now the wild card in all this, is we have already shown you videos of our clerk lying. Well, I'm not making that up. That's not too strong a word. In public session about things that he can do and can't do. And remember, taking the measurements in the hallway and that kind of stuff. The guy has lied to us in the past. He's cheated in the past, and he's the one counting the votes. So if this thing ends up being 102% in favor of the levy,
yes. Well, that's going to be a tough one to pull off.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yes. Yes, I don't think he can do that, but no, it'll be interesting. I think that I heard that there was some people that were going to be poll watchers. I hope that is still going to be happening. And
oh no, are you sure? Because the email that's going around said that they were looking for pole dancers.
Yes.
Well, that's more interesting.
Actually, you know what? Jan saw an ad, and I believe it was on Facebook today, that J.J. Schofield is looking for people for the HR department.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, J.J. Schofield's not exactly my favorite person, since there was only one person asking questions at the elected officials compensation committee. That was me, only one. And he kept trying to stop me from asking a question. And it was a really simple question. Like, what I'd asked is, do the members of this board know why the previous board all quit all at one time? 2 of those members told us, badcounty.com, why they quit. He did not want that question asked. He didn't want it answered. And when I offered the answer anyway, he just came unglued. Well, I'm going to stop you right there. That's just not true. That's not what they told me. Well, no, of course that's not what they told you. They told us.
But the point here is that apparently Josephine County is hiring, even though we're in such dire straits.
Right.
I mean, if you need another person in the HR department, it means that you're hiring people at such a rate that the current staff can't deal with it.
You know, you wonder if they're putting feelers out, thinking they're going to come up with some of that levy money that will be released if the levy goes, and they're already trying to count their chickens before they're hatched.
Right.
Well, one of the things that happened at yesterday's budget meeting is that the only person, there are 6 members of the budget committee. 3 of them are from the general community, and 3 of them are commissioners. We already know what position the 3 commissioners have taken on this levy. Keith Heck initiated the levy. Cheryl Walker broke the law last Wednesday by talking in favor of the levy when you're not supposed to in the Ann Basker at this time. And Simon Hare has said in the past, it's a done deal. It's going to be a blowout. Okay, everything's, and he's since revised that estimate down to 50-50. That's a big drop, but they're totally in favor of this. Now, when you think about representation on the budget committee is where the rubber hits the road. It's where the money comes in and what they're going to do with it. Okay, so you think out of 6 members of the budget committee, how many of them are? Jim Brumbach is on there, and he's the one that was in the back of the church, answering people's questions, not about Jesus, but about the levy. And Pat Fahey, who's one of the biggest wheels in the pro-levy movement, okay? And the 3 commissioners, that's 5 out of 6. Now, the last time I looked, about 50%, a little bit more, because we won last time, as head of KJO, Carl Wilson said, "You call that winning?" Yeah, because we got more votes than you did. So yeah, that's winning. That's winning. I'm not going to share my community with you. So 5 out of 6 of them are pro-levy. I mean, not just pro-levy, strongly pro-levy. I'm going to go to a church and proselytize to people in the church about it. That's pretty heavy. 5 out of 6. Why isn't it at least 50-50 since you're supposedly representing the community? They're not going to do that. Yeah. The commissioners are the ones who appoint these people. They're going to pick people who think exactly the same way that they do. So I think that if the clerk had his way, who's also a strong levy supporter, and the assessor had her way, strong levy supporter, and the commissioners had their way, and the Daily Courier had their way, no matter what the vote is, the next day on the front page of the Daily Courier, levy passes. Dewey beats Truman.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And just to keep you guys right up to the money right now, at 6 o'clock, the Goins video had 9,466 and it has 9,577. It's gone up 110 just while we've been talking.
Boy, nobody's watching us then.
They're crazy for that video. They love it.
Well, we're going to see the mathematical proof of whether these guys are liars and cheaters. Isn't that wonderful? It's so delicious. We're going to see the mathematical proof at the end of this. If they don't get, what, 80% of the vote, then this whole thing is a big lie.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. That's what, you know, Mike, you hadn't seen this before this morning as far as those numbers popping out like that?
No, I saw it and I thought, wow, that looks kind of high to me. And I should have been watching this before, and in the future I will. But it's well,
there's nobody else
kind of caught me by surprise. I went, wow, that's an awful high number.
You're the only one, Mike, and you think
so
you think the Courier is going to report this? Are you kidding me? No, of course not. There's nobody that's going to pick up on this.
Okay. Well, I had a suspicion. I thought, wait a minute, you know, maybe they're posting this all over social media. I found it on one site this morning. It was on Josephine County Neighborhood Chat, which is admittedly it's a large site, has about 5,000 members. However, I have posted very, very provocative stuff on there. And this is not that provocative. It's not even, you know, most of the people aren't interested in seeing this, if you're asking me. But there was a few people talking about it, and you know, that's about it. It wasn't posted all over the place. There's no reason why that'd be getting a couple of hundred hits an hour.
Well, now let me ask this: if you go to the Cuffs regular site, not their Facebook site, but their regular site, do those videos link to the Facebook videos now?
Nope.
They're still with the YouTube.
That's right. And those views are very, very low. And listen, hey, if this is totally legit, if these numbers are completely legit, no one should ever, when running a campaign, do a web page again, ever, because clearly it is non-effectual compared to the Facebook numbers. I mean, if considering all of this is completely factual.
Even if you put an advertisement on television, people don't choose to watch the advertisement. It just comes up, even because they were watching the weather and now they're watching an advertisement. This is a place where you go and you have to want to watch it and take an action to click on it to watch the dang thing. So you're choosing to do so. And you're supposedly a brand new viewer, or it doesn't increment at all unless it's a unique view. I remember when RVTV, well, every viewer is unique in his own way. Oh, you cheaters, you liars. No, that's not what unique view means. Yes. It means it's the first and only time you've looked at it.
So now they are, in addition to these videos being posted on Facebook, they are also taking some of their Facebook videos, some of the same Facebook videos, and they are putting those in ads. In other words, that show up in your news feed. It's a sponsored post, you know, and this is not posted by somebody who's sharing it. And it ends up in your news feed. It's a sponsored post. When we fired up badcounty.com for a month, we spent like $100 on it just to get it out there. And so it shows up in other people's news feeds. And that's what they're doing also with these videos. And there was a video of Dave Daniel in there, and it had 100 views on it. And that was a sponsored post that had just been up like maybe a couple days.
So, but wait a minute, Mike. If other videos are getting 1,000 views a day or 2,000 views a day in one case, then how come this sponsored ad is only getting 100 views?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, it's a real good question.
Yeah.